This is the third video that I am making for Rick Moody and his chapbook, The Double Zero from McSweeney's 4. In this video, I am strictly interested in the UK proofs, some notes I've made, and some questions that I have. In the first video, I showed a signed first printing of the UK edition, a jacketed paperback, and I showed a signed copy of an early reading copy. I've since acquired another proof, and I want to take it from there. So this is the proof that I showed in the first video. Signed, it says early reading copy, but that's really, it sets you the wrong way to think of it as an early. It's really a working proof. It's a fairly early working proof. It's in ivory or cream wraps. It's not paginated. Some of the pages do have numbers. Some of them are numbered, but not according to the book. The story here is paginated, but not to the book. It's paginated to the story. We have a circling of the page numbers. There are deletions and stets. So there is line editing in progress in this, what they call an early reading copy. I would call an early working proof. Definitely not what would have gone to reviewers. So, okay, we've got that. And I have since acquired, I'm not very happy with the seller. Not too happy with the seller, but I got it done, and I have in white wraps an uncorrected proof. White wraps with a photograph on the front cover. This may have been what went to reviewers. I don't know if this is the last proof, if this is the uncorrected proof that went out for some limited distribution, but it's pretty close to it. Now, in this copy, which I'm calling a working proof because it's clearly much earlier on than the other, in the exact description is for encouragement and support. For encouragement and support. The acknowledgements. In the acknowledgements, we've got a number of people he thanks. George Plimpton, Dave Eggers, Courtney Eldridge. And one of the persons that he thanks is Darcey Steinke. Darcey Steinke. So she is acknowledged. Terrific. But she's gone in the later proof, and she stays gone because it doesn't get published. She gets cut. Darcey just, he wasn't that grateful to Darcey. So it's interesting. The only edit to the acknowledgements between this working proof and this nearly finished uncorrected proof, the only change to the acknowledgements is Darcey gets kicked out. So I'm interested in seeing if I can contact Darcey and get the backstory, some bibliographic minutiae. But I also noticed in the stories in the collection, Silhouette Romance. Silhouette Romance is in the collection, but not have a line out. That title is lined out. And there are a lot of line outs in here because this is a line edit proof. And so Silhouette Romance is lined out. Does not appear in the text. So it's gone. So that's interesting also, but what's particularly interesting about Silhouette Romance is it appeared in Hover. And in Hover, there are several credited contributors, front cover credits. Rick Moody, one, and Darcey Steinke, another. Darcey Steinke is cover credit on Hover. So it makes me wonder, especially because of the title, Silhouette Romance. Was there a romance actually going here that went bad and the story got cut and Darcey got cut and the whole 9 yards? So I have made inquiry. I am looking into the relationship of Rick Moody and Darcey Steinke, and if when she was cut from the acknowledgements and the story Silhouette Romance, which first appeared in a book where she was given credit, byline credit, and the title of that story being Silhouette Romance, really has me curious. And I have sent Darcey an email. I've inquired about this. I put together a very nice email. So I hope to hear from Darcey and get the story of how she got cut from the credits and learn if there's a connection to Silhouette Romance and if she and the story got kicked out for the same reason. So I could go on a whole riff here of, I could make up my own story about what happened or multiple stories about what happened. Hopefully she will fill in the story. It's an interesting detail. We shall see. I don't expect to hear back at all, and I won't contact her again. If she doesn't respond, then I'll probably never find out. And if that's the case, I probably will actually write something about it. But anyway, that's the story of UK proofs. This early reading copy, it's really not an early reading copy. It's a working proof. This uncorrected proof, white wraps with the photograph, might be what was sent out to reviewers. Certainly very close to it. It's much more finished than the other. My only unfortunate thing here is we have foxing on the spine. Quite a bit of foxing on the spine. It's very light. So it's not terrible. It's just kind of unfortunate. But anyway, very interesting. It was a pain to get this book. The seller I will not name. Not happy with the seller, but I got the job done. I've made some progress, and we'll see if Darcey adds to the story.